Good, y'all? It's your boy Jay back at it again, and today we got that technology wipe out serial killers by breakfast cereal, and y'all know what the deal is, man. Follow me on both Jays here and Jays there. Get tapped on my socials, and without further ado, let's get started.
Why did the so-called golden age of serial killers come to such an abrupt end? Maybe because the world changed. Because the net closed in. Because cameras went up, databases went live, phones started ringing
Yeah, that was just too easy. Like, nowadays, it's so easy to catch niggas. Everybody got an emergency defense system. They got cameras out the ass. Like, it is damn near impossible to do a bunch of crime nowadays. I ain't gonna lie.
digits instead of 10,
911.
and the internet connected everything. See, the monsters didn't stop. The world stopped letting them move. Did technology kill the serial killer? Welcome to Breakfast Cereal. My name's Josh. If you've been following along, you know I've been building a series asking, where did all the serial killers go? What killed the so-called golden age of serial killers? You know, that strange, terrifying stretch in the 70s and 80s when it felt like Kemper, Berkowitz, and Ramirez were everywhere all at once. So far, I've tackled lead poisoning, DNA, long-haul trucking, even the controversial idea that serial killers just evolved into mass shooters. If you're new here, hit subscribe, check out the backlog, and dive into the comments because honestly, that's where half of the real conversation happens. There are thousands of theories down there in some cases, and I love reading through them. But today, I want to zoom out a little wider. I want to talk about technology in the big sense. The stuff that turned the late 20th century into the early 21st. Not just DNA, but everything else. Let's start with this chart, because you know I love a...
God damn. Bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. If you lived in the 70s and the 80s, in like the early 90s, niggas, serial killers was putting up wilt numbers on niggas. God damn.
Good chart. And if you've been around here for a little while, this chart is starting to look very, very familiar. Serial killings in the U.S. peak in the late 70s and early 80s, spiking way above anything seen before. Then, suddenly, by mid-90s, downhill, a sharp decline. By the 2000s, the line is flat. I mean, barely a shadow of its former self. Now, overlay another line. Technological adoption. Home computers, cell phones, surveillance cameras, national crime databases, the spread of 911 systems, the internet, the rise of caller ID, ATMs with cameras, even store security systems. And those two lines, look, they almost cross like an X. As the killers drop, tech rises. Coincidence? As we see again, maybe. But
That shit ain't no coincidence, nigga. When niggas actually started getting real defenses, bro, that shit stopped, my nigga. Bro, that's why niggas in London in the 13th and 14th century were just doing barbaric ass punishments. Because they had no real way of catching a lot of these killers and criminals. They didn't have any cameras, they didn't have any database. They literally were just going off what people saw, which a lot of that can be inaccurate.
again, hard to ignore the timing. When I first started looking at this, it reminded me of my own hometown, actually, when we first started installing its first set of traffic cameras. People complained like crazy. It's like, oh, Big Brother's watching.
Everybody got them hoes now, but when I buy my house, we getting them hoes too, but I ain't gonna front.
They said it was pointless. But guess what happened? Car accidents at that intersection where they put in the first ones dropped by like almost half. I mean, not because people suddenly cared about safety, but because they knew they were being...
It's not that they cared about safety, it's just that they cared about consequences, you know what I'm saying? When you know somebody's watching you, you will act on your best behavior. It's the same way when you're, the stuff you say to your girl when y'all alone is not the same shit you say when her father's around. I ain't gonna lie.
being watched. Now, imagine being a predator in 1977. No cameras, no databases, no caller ID. It was like the wild fucking West. The NCIC, National Crime Information Center, went live in 1967, but it really came into its own in the 80s and 90s.
The National Crime Information Center is a computerized system serving all law enforcement agencies, local, state, and federal.
You can think of it as like a giant digital filing cabinet for law enforcement across the U.S. It stores everything. Criminal records, stolen vehicles, missing persons, warrants, fingerprints. Suddenly, you got a cop in Nebraska could type in a license plate and know instantly if it was connected to a crime in Arizona. I mean, that was revolutionary. Then came VICAP, the violent...
Nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The niggas is like, bro, doing it, bro. Niggas who committed crimes decades ago is getting caught with how good technology is. Like, they can trace you. They will hawk your ass down from like 48 hours, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's dead ass wild.
Criminal Apprehension Program, launched by the FBI in 1985. VICAP was designed specifically with serial offenders in mind. It's a database that tracks the details of violent crimes, methods, victim types, crime scene signatures, and it looks for patterns across jurisdictions. So if a strangulation in Kansas looked eerily similar to one in Oklahoma, VICAP could flag it. Before that, those cases would have lived and died in separate filing cabinets. I mean, that seems absolutely huge, don't you think? I mean, even if it wasn't perfect, and VICAP especially struggled in the early years because not every department was using it properly or reporting it. It was the beginning of a net, though. A net that got tighter every single year. Let's talk about cameras. In the 70s, you could walk down a street, grab someone, shove them into a car, and unless somebody physically...
Nah, they got cameras everywhere. You try to do that shit now, got your ass in 4K. They ain't gonna get your ass, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Every single house in your neighborhood, most of them got cameras, bro. They got cameras. They got somebody watching you. They can type in your license plate. They track you on your phone, your airplane. Like, the amount of ways the government is tracking you or people are just watching you, it makes it nearly impossible to commit a crime. Like, if you want to commit a crime, you have to have no phone on you, ski mask, no errors in your ways, no, like, you gotta have a, like, actual real game plan for that. I ain't gonna lie.
Physically saw you with their own two eyes, you were invisible. Surveillance cameras were incredibly rare, grainy if they were there, and just local. By the late 90s, though,
shit, now they got them hoes in 4K.
Suddenly, cameras are everywhere. So look at Israel Keys. He thought he was smarter than the system. He planned meticulously, stashed kill kits across states.
My nigga, planning to get some money, nigga. God, nigga doing all this planning, nigga, planning to get some hoes. Planning to hit the gym, nigga, doing all this time and energy spent in doing horrible things when you could really improve yourself. This is wild.
Went to extraordinary lengths to beat the system and go undetected. But when he abducted Samantha Koenig in 2012...
Dumbass nigga, you could have been putting all this money into a job, all this time into a career. But nigga want to kidnap people. That's what you get, bro.
Cameras began closing the circle almost immediately. An ATM camera caught him withdrawing money from her account. Gas station cameras picked up the car he was driving. Each frame, each timestamp, stitched together his trail.
Got his ass.
In another era, he probably would have slipped through. So here's where I think about my own childhood again. I grew up in the 90s, so when the first camcorders were becoming a little more common, my friend's mom had one of these giant ones, it was like this big. It basically had a VCR attached to it. She'd bring it to our baseball games, and it looked like a news crew was showing up. But by the time I was in high school, cameras, they were getting smaller. We had digital cameras, right? Like those Canon Power Shots and stuff. And then a few years later, of course, phones. I can't even imagine being able to do something violent in public and not ending up on like a dozen lenses at this point.
Yeah, they gonna have your ass on World Star, Instagram, TikTok, Reddly, all that. They gonna have your ass on every single platform on the man, boy.
Killers are predators of opportunity. Take away anonymity, and you're taking away half their hunting ground.
This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
It's easy to forget how revolutionary the 911 system was. I assumed it had been around like practically forever. I was pretty shocked when researching for this very episode to learn that nationwide adoption of 911,
I'm gonna guess 1985.
that didn't even start until the 80s. And it wasn't even until the mid-90s that it was like standard. Before that, you had to find a landline, know the number for the local police, and like pray to God and hope that they picked up. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, wild as shit, bro. Niggas back in the day, bro. Niggas was hitchhiking, going into people's cars, going out in the getting free love, all that shit. Hell no, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Serial killers back in the day, boy. Just nigga, it's double XP and shit. It's double XP, nigga. But nowadays, bro, they got phones, they got surveillance everywhere, nigga. They track you, they got pharma on your phone. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's wild that they only started massively using that in the 90s. Like, bro, that was when my parents was like 15, 16. Like, it is crazy. I thought they've been using that since like at least the 50s.
He's having a heart attack, quick. Somebody call 555-737-2768. Like, Jesus. Now add caller ID. Before the 90s, a guy like BTK could torment the police and victims' families even. Endless anonymous phone calls. Technology finally broke that tool too. I mean, imagine a serial killer somehow missed that memo. Like, imagine BTK. Hello, this is BTK calling. Says here this is Dennis Rader. Oh shit. Hey, while I got you, you know if it's possible by chance to trace a floppy disk? I mean, that's kind of funny, but it's literally how it went down, idiot. He asked the police through a newspaper personal ad, which is how they were kind of communicating, if it was possible to trace a floppy disk. Obviously, the police responded with, no, of course not. No. So dumb old Dennis sends a floppy disk to the police.
Dumbass nigga. That's what your dumbass get.
Data immediately traced it back to a computer at Dennis's church.
Alright, catch your ass in 4K.
And speaking of computers, the internet changed everything. Not just for killers, but for victims too. In the 70s, if someone went missing, word traveled very slowly. Posters on telephone
Bro, if someone's missing, nigga, they can have that shit to the whole area in an hour. Nigga, they have Amber Alerts, boy. Shit. Amber Alerts on your dumb ass, nigga. Hell, your ass. Nigga, they'll scoop your ass up right quick.
You've seen it on movies and TV, but for real, posters on telephone poles. I mean, local news. Maybe you get a police press conference. But now, a missing persons alert can go viral in hours. Photos shared across
the web, they can bring you home. They'll have Amber Alerts. People will actually go around looking for, like, yeah, bro.
The globe. Entire communities mobilized.
Like I said, Amber Alerts, bro. They gonna have your ass found
online.
Dude.
I mean, look at Luca Magnotta. See, he wanted to be infamous, and he used the internet as
so fucking lame, nigga. You want to be infamous for hurting people, nigga? Hurt some weights, nigga. Get your muscle up, lame man, nigga. I like lying, nigga, boy. Like,
before
I want to be known for doing bad things, nigga. How about you get known for getting some hoes, nigga? Get some money in your bank account, nigga. And stack some M's. Help your community out, clean, and pick up trash. Nigga, do something helpful or something. Damn.
Before he ever killed a person, he posted disturbing videos online of animal cruelty. Entire internet communities spotted the clips, debated whether they were real, and started trying to track him down. So when he murders Jun Lin in 2012, he filmed it, uploaded the footage.
Actual dumbass, sick ass nigga, bro. Hello?
Hey, Hey, buddy, did you eat all the tortilla chips?
Nah, they were I found them on the coffee table and they were finished off, so I threw them in the trash.
No, okay. All right, thank you.
All right.
All right.
And then fled the country. And here's where the internet really showed its power. Interpol alerts went out. News stories raced ahead of him. And thousands of strangers on the internet picked up the trail. So if you've ever seen the Netflix documentary, this one, Don't Fuck with Cats, you know the story. A handful of amateur sleuths on Facebook went full detective mode.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them Reddit niggas, bro. Like, bro, I swear, bro, I swear on everything, bro. Them Reddit niggas, bro, they hawk your ass, bro. I seen whole dudes on Reddit analyze clips, analyze screenshots. They zoom in, they use a pixel. Like, bro, niggas on Reddit be working for the CIA, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They be on some, you know what I'm saying, some Bruce Wayne, Batman, motherfucking Light Yagami, goddamn, Ian the Koji type of detective work, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Froze frames. Analyze the backgrounds, track down.
That's when they analyze the backgrounds, they analyze the file. They'll be like, well, this is a carpet rug that was only found in the 1994 goddamn opening garage sale, so he has to be for, like, bro, they really analyze your
items
shit.
In the room, even trying to triangulate his location based on things like the style of electrical outlets. See, for better or worse, the internet made it possible for the average person to play detective. And it's not always a good thing. Vigilante internet investigators can easily misidentify people, ruin innocent lives.
No, most definitely. It's definitely double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, vigilante internet investigators have probably caught a bunch of bad people doing awful things. But on the other hand, they can definitely ruin somebody's life. I ain't gonna lie.
But in Magnata's case, it created a pressure cooker. He couldn't move without someone online trying to pin him down. He was finally caught by technology and his own vanity. He went into an internet cafe in Berlin, logged online to read stories. What do you think he was reading about? Himself. The clerk recognized him, called the police, and the net snapped shut.
Morning, Pete. Coffee's out.
You're gonna have to mute them ads right quick, boy. Get back. I'm on Dokkan right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding up my links. You know, we getting them Dokkan awakenings and all that. You feel what I'm saying? We stacking up these these badges. Stacking up these badges, boy.
Now, here's the pushback. If technology really killed the serial killer, why do we still see cases pop up? Why do we still uncover guys like Samuel Little, who confessed to killing 90 women over decades? Seems to me that maybe some killers adapted. They targeted the most vulnerable, the homeless, sex workers, addicts, people society still tends to overlook. Even with tech, if nobody cares enough to look for the victim, the predator can slip through. So maybe it's not that technology ended serial killers entirely.
No, it didn't end it. It just significantly reduced it. And I think a lot of these people who would be serial killers in the 70s and 80s and early 90s transitioned into they transitioned more into like mass shooters. I definitely think there's some validity to that statement. Like a lot of these people who would most likely do the things they like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy were doing in that era, a lot of them would probably do the similar things in that era as well. It's just that technology has adapted so much that they're like, I'm not gonna be able to do all these things. So their point of view is, I'm gonna go ahead, grab a weapon, do something heinous one time, and just know I'm cooked. Like, I feel like that's how a lot of those people think. You feel me?
Maybe it's just made the game harder. The careers that used to last decades now burn out in 1 or 2 murders. And that brings me to the bigger question. Did technology really kill the serial killer, or did it just change the shape of the shadows? Because every time we build a new wall, predators find a crack. DNA, databases, cameras, they close doors, but human darkness doesn't just vanish, it adapts. And maybe the scariest thought is this. For all the progress we've made, are we just fooling ourselves? Is safety real? Or is it just another illusion until the next predator figures out how to beat the system?
Niggas is really pred maxing out here. But that being said, that was a good video about my dog. You know what I'm saying? About crime and all that. If y'all want more crime on this channel, let me know. Like, type in the comments if y'all fuck with the crime videos. If y'all want more crime. But that being said, it's your boy Jay. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay blessed.